Welcome to Face to Face, the program
that frontally discusses
political and social issues in Nigeria. The weekly program brought to you on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by Prince Ewemade Concourse, powered by GCSDN.
Join us.
Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face program. This program is where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewemade Concourse. Today, our discussion for today, we're calling on EFCC and the ICPC to investigate all the presidential aspirants in Nigeria. We're going to be joining the studio by two of our special guests, but before then, I'm going to give you a summary of the program for today. In the middle of the economic crisis, corruption at the highest level in our nation's history, still presidential aspirants are doling out a whopping 100 millions of naira to purchase presidential and nomination form from their respective political party, as if they are buying recharge cards. The ruling party is selling their intent and nomination form for 100 million naira. The opposition party are also selling their intent and nomination form for 40 million naira. This money is outrageous considering the economic crisis in the nation today. We believe that this action is capable of over-financializing our political space, institutionalizing vote buying, encouraging corruption, and completely obligating the youth and the poor from participation. The EFCC and the ICPC must begin to investigate the source of this fund. We, members of the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, are asking the EFCC and the ICPC to do their job. I'm going to show you the same presidential form in other countries, especially in Sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa, West Africa. You can also see their various prices. For example, in Ghana, which is our neighboring country, in Ghana, the presidential form is sold for 5,000 cedis, which is equivalent to 274,406 naira 90 kobo in Nigeria. You can see it there on the screen. In Guinea, the same presidential form is sold for 400,000 Guinean currency, which is equivalent to 18,926.18 naira. You can also see that on the screen. In Sierra Leone, I'm just going to run through this summary quickly. In Sierra Leone, it's sold for 1 million Sierra Leone currency, which is equivalent to 32,265,356 naira in equivalent. You can also see the equivalent in dollar on the screen. Here also. In South Africa, the presidential nomination form is sold for 200,000 South African rand, which is equivalent to 5,159,438.71 naira, which is about 12,000 in equivalent, compared to what is being sold in Nigeria. The equivalent of the presidential form in Nigeria is sold for 240,782.28 US dollar. That is quite outrageous considering the economy crisis in Nigeria today. Let me welcome my guest to the studio. Mr. Edmond Ike, you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, my brother Prince.
Thank you so much. Fidelis, you are also welcome to the program. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah,
Good evening,
yeah,
viewers.
Yeah, you are welcome to the program today.
Thank you, thank you.
It's good to see both of you. We're going to be as we're going to be discussing about the outrageous cost of the presidential form in Nigeria. It is quite outrageous for people to be paying 100 million naira, which is equivalent to 240,000 US dollars, just for a mere nomination form to become the president of Nigeria. If you look at the chart that I just put up there, you can see the price of the same form. The same form, you can see the price there. For example, you can look at Nigeria, you can see the price, and you can also see the price for Ghana and South Africa. South Africa is almost, we almost have similar GDP with Nigeria. My brother, Edmond, why do you think it's so expensive? Why do you think it's so expensive to obtain a mere political party nomination form in Nigeria?
Well, there's so many reasons why the party nomination forms or interest forms in Nigeria is so expensive. I'll start with two for now. I would say is one, to disenfranchise the youth from participating in the political position, like going for elected political positions. That's one, to disenfranchise the youth. And two is to continue the institutionalization of corruption in Nigeria, because in Nigeria, corruption has been institutionalized. So those are the two main reasons why the forms to show of interest and nomination form for political party aspirations or for elected offices is so high in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our audience, we also want to hear from you, because this is not, it's no longer business as usual. The 100 millions of naira. Imagine about 25 aspirants in the ruling party. They've collected the nomination form, which is almost about 2.something billion. And I think the EFCC and ICPC should be inviting these people to ask them the source of these funds. And the opposition party also, they have about 5 or 6 aspirants who has also collected a form for about 40 million naira, which is not really high compared to the ruling party. And also, some political parties are offering the same form for free. Some political parties are offering the same form for free, while the ruling parties are selling theirs for a whopping 100 million naira, which is quite outrageous. The source of this fund needs to be investigated by the EFCC and the ICPC. If they are truly the kind of agency they claim to be, they should be inviting these people to their office to demand for the source of this fund, because they are automatically encouraging corruption. That's what it is. If you cannot afford to collect the presidential fund for 100 million, then you can't run. This is the same government who promised us in 2015 that the next election, the youth should be coming, they should contest, during the next election, which is the 2023 election coming up next year. But the same political party, they are selling their form for 100 million naira. So imagine if you are going to get a form for 100 million naira, then how much do you need to have to run your campaign from start to finish? So this is crazy. This is really crazy. The EFCC, you must step up, and the ICPC. Bauer, we are calling on you. We are using this opportunity to call on you to investigate, call these people and find out the source of this fund, especially those who are still currently serving under this government. The minister is doling out 100 million naira. Imagine the other day, the central bank, who is in charge of the central bank, and also another guy who is in charge of printing, also collected the same form. They are using our commonwealth to also fight us with the oppressed people of Nigeria. This is not good. My brother, Fidelis, do you think the high cost of nomination form from the political party encourage corruption?
I won't. If you say it encourages corruption, it's like corruption is just starting. Corruption has been there. I see it as an insult to the people of Nigeria. It's like I steal your money, and I'm doing it like this. What can you do? This is your money. You see, as I keep saying it, when you remain so quiet, you can't speak in suffering, they will keep oppressing you until you die. Both parties, PDP and APC, they've collected 4 point something billion just for form alone. Presidential, if you look at the salary of the president for 4 years is 50 something million, and you are selling the form for 100 million. What are you telling the people? You're just telling them, you people, you are fools. We are stealing. We are corrupt. We are here to use you. You know. So it's not about corruption. It's about the people. This should wake the people up. This should make the people speak out. This should make the people have a change of mind. Begin to say, oh, these people. We know they are like this, but the insult now is too much. They are insulting us. They are insulting our integrity. Let's do something, because corruption is not new anymore. Corruption is in their blood, it's in their system, it's in their veins. They are corrupt to the core. So it's time for the people to say, we want to put an end to this corruption. We want to change it. 2023 is the time, is the opportunity for us to change it. That is my take on this.
Thank you so much, my brother. You know, this is the same government that came into office with the promise of fighting corruption. And 7 years after being in office, his own administration is so corrupt. It's even corrupt than the previous administration. Imagine the previous administration before now, phone was not sold for 100 million naira. It wasn't sold for that price. But now they are selling. They are just putting it into our face. What can you do? What can we do? Yes. 2023, that's you find out what we can do as a people. We are going to vote you out massively, because the kind of change you promised Nigeria is not what we are seeing on ground today. Your ministers are all doling out 100 million naira just to collect a mere piece of paper and a tent to run for an office. South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, even Benin Republic, who is our neighbor. In Benin Republic, the form is sold for 15 million safer, which is about 9 million naira. You know, so Nigerian, every Nigerian need to stand up, go out there, collect your PVC, and let's vote out this corrupt regime come 2023. Because we cannot afford to buy form for 100 million. So if I want, for example, I want to run for president of Nigeria, I have to first of all have 100 million naira in my account just to guarantee me a place in their political party. Even the so-called superpower countries on the face of this earth today, nowhere you're going to buy a form for $240,000. Let me give you an example. In the United States, for example, you don't need to pay. You don't pay for any form. You do not pay for form. You just need to meet the criteria. Be born a U.S. citizen, be at the age of 35, and be educated at least to secondary school. You are qualified to become a United States president. You qualify to run. You do not need to pay a whopping $240,000 just to collect a mere intent form, just to show to the public that you want to run for an office. You're paying 100 million naira. Which means the same place you took out 100 million naira. You have over billions of naira stolen from somewhere that you are going to be using during your campaign period. That is totally unacceptable. We do not accept that. We need a new Nigeria. Buhari, the present administration, I don't want to call them by name. So I just decided not to call them by their party today. That's why I'm using the word ruling party and opposition party. We cannot stand this any longer. Nigerians are tired of this administration. EFCC, Mr. Bauer, if you actually what you claim to be, you must call everybody in this cabinet who have shown interest to become president of Nigeria or to succeed their master, call them and find out where the money, the source of this money is coming from, where they get the money from. Perhaps this money is from some of the contract, unexecuted contract that they did during their tenure in office. So, Mr. Bauer and the ICPC chairman, we are calling on you to investigate these people. Investigate them. The source of 100 million naira, where are they getting the money from? They are just doling it out as if they are buying a recharge card for their girlfriend. Imagine somebody paid 100 million naira, the next thing they withdraw, they don't want to run again. Because they asked them to tender their resignation letter before they can continue with their political ambition. They all withdraw, chickening out right now. You know, you pay 100 million naira today, 3 days later or 1 week later, you refuse to continue the journey. It's only Nigeria. Anything is possible in Nigeria. Anything is possible in Nigeria. Anything is possible. We Nigerians, we can no longer take this rubbish from this administration. The corruption, just imagine a few days ago, the Accountant General of Nigeria stole 80 billion. That's what we know. That's what we've been told by the press. 80 billion naira from this administration. And ASU is currently on strike. Students are home. They are all, wallowing. They're using all kind of hard drugs because they are frustrated out of the school system. ASU is on strike as we speak. But somebody stole 80 billion from the account of the government. 80 billion naira. We are watching them, the outcome of that case. Mr. Edmond, what is it that attracts everyone to join the presidential race under the platform of the ruling party when some political parties are offering the same form for free?
That's a very simple one. Because in Nigeria, politics is get rich quick business. So politics is a business in Nigeria, and that we don't really have real political parties. Rather, we have machines or vehicles that get you into elected position. So what we have are vehicles, special vehicles to get you elected positions. APC is just a special vehicle. PDP is just a special vehicle. That's speaking of it in the mild terms. But in the real terms, APC is actually a terrorist organization. So, but in a mild term, we just said they are a special vehicle that get people into elected positions. So, and it doesn't matter who you are, how corrupt you are, how evil you are. It doesn't matter if you have interest of the people of Nigeria in heart. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the money to pay to enter that special vehicle to get into that office. And that office is your opportunity to get more richer, quicker. Like the return is so huge. It's a huge return. So that's why they are rushing it. You just mentioned the Accountant General of the Federation. Accountant General of the Federation just embezzled 80 billion naira. 80 billion. How much is ASU asking for? The total of money that was owed ASU for over a period of years is about, I think I read somewhere, it's about 200 billion naira. If you pay 80 billion naira into that 200 billion, you have paid more than 40%. And if you owe somebody money and you pay him 80 billion, would he go on strike? You'll be happy, you'll keep working. So, and we speak about the high amount of money that are costing for nomination form in APC, 100 million naira. 100 million plus the other offices, state governors, House of Assembly. It has been stated that all the money that have been collected for forms, just from selling forms from APC and PDP, is over 43 billion naira. 43 billion naira. So think about that. 43 billion naira plus 80 billion naira. How much is that? 120 billion. You know, ASU money has been cleared already, or almost more than half cleared. So these people are rushing into the ruling party because they know, okay, it is the ruling party. That means you have the highest chance to get elected into office. That's how it is in Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria. Anywhere around the world, the ruling party always have better chance for positions. If even in America, like when the Republicans won, when Donald Trump won, Republicans have more seats in the Senate seat and the lower house and upper house. And when the Democrat won, they start getting more seats because they are not the ruling party. So that's how it is. But it's just worse in Nigeria that now the ruling party are made up of people who have no interest of the country at heart. Listen, in America, we know those are people that have interest of America at heart, but not in Nigeria. So basically, they are rushing to the ruling party because they have the highest chance to get a seat, and that seat is there where they can make more money, they can loot the country and replace their money in multiple folds. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to show a project that is being anchored by GCSDN.
This is a community. This is a community called Lara Community in Moro Local Government area of Kwara State, Nigeria. This is their source of water supply. They drink from the pond like drinking from the gutter. They drink from the same pond with goats, with cattle, and with dogs. They take the water home to take their bath, to cook, and to drink. Sometimes they put alum before they could drink. Is this permissible in the 21st century? These people need our help. Please, the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria is calling on you to join us to drill a water borehole for these people. Let us do this. It is possible. This must not be allowed to continue. No. No. No.
Number, thank you. We're back from the quick break. Yes, there must be something that that is attracting everyone who is currently running to succeed their master. There must be something that is attracting every of the presidential candidate. I'm sure there's something that the secret they've already known about. They also
opportunity to loot. That's what is attracting the opportunity to loot.
Yeah, because they already saw what has happened during the last 7 years of this current government. So they now came to realize that there is something here. If I get there, I'll be able to do this exactly the same. That is why they all rushing out there. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria that more than 25 persons running under one political party. Just look at it. Look all the way back from 1999 to date. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria that over 25 persons, they are running under one political party.
You know, my brother, you know the funny thing? They say they raised the price to 1 million naira, 100 million naira, right? So that they can deter unserious people from contesting, so that they can have less contestants. But guess what? They have
the highest
excess contestants. So the idea that the excuse they are giving us that, oh, this is why we raise the money, it fell true. It shows that that's not the real reason. That is not the real reason.
Okay, let's look at it from another angle. I personally, I believe that there is a catch to this because I've never seen it since I've been following the politics of Nigeria. 25 candidates under one political party running for the same office just to succeed. Almost about 10 of them are still part and parcel of this administration. So there must be a catch to it. There must be a promise that the Nigerian people are not aware of, that if you collect the fund to raise money for our political party, you might be able to get this and that when it comes to the next administration, whoever wins. I'm also looking at it from that angle because it's completely unheard of. 25 persons chasing one seat. It's completely unheard of. 25 persons.
From investigation so far, among the ruling party itself, 8 of the aspirants are being sponsored by one of the aspirants. 8 of them.
8 of them.
Yes, are being sponsored by one of the aspirants just to cause confusion for him to have upper hand. So too many things going on there. That is why you see the EFCC, the ICPC, they are not independent. They cannot do nothing. They are being put there by the president. What can they do? Nothing. They tell them what to do. That is why Nigeria must elect new breeds of leaders who will come and change everything. We need to build solid institutions. We need to have solid structure on ground where it doesn't matter who you are, you must follow the rules set. Because if we don't have that, most Nigerians voted Buhari the first time because they thought he is Mr. Integrity. But he has come to prove to Nigeria that among them, there's no integrity. There's no man of integrity. They are all thieves. Look, if Buhari leaves today, you will be surprised the amount of money they've stolen from Nigeria Treasury. You'll be surprised. They've stolen more than any other government so far.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have a comment here. Let me just read the comment quick, the comment section. Mr. Aiz Jurison, Nigeria ought to be stoning their politicians to death by now for their wicked and insensitivity to the plight of the masses. You are very correct, my brother. Thank you for that comment. You know, from what the one of the comments we just received now, that's very true. I think our patient is kind of I don't know the best way to describe it, because if Nigeria were to be South Africa, by now most of the leaders would have been stoning most of the leaders on the street of Nigeria. People, South Africans that I know very well, probably because of their past apartheid mentality, that the oppression they went through. That's why they are like they are what they are. But if they were to be Nigerian, they were to be in Nigeria, by now, the politicians would have been running scatter from Nigeria, looking for a safe place to hide. I trust South African youth. I pray and I hope to live to see the day that Nigerian youth will rise up and begin to chase every politician from the nook and cranny of Nigeria. That day is coming, just like what happened during the EndSARS. If that EndSARS has sustained more than another 2 weeks from that the day they ended, most of the politicians would have been seeking refuge in the Western nation today. Most of them, I bet you, because they needed to sustain that momentum for another 2 weeks in order for us to chase away these greedy leaders in Nigeria. Look at where we are today as a nation. The money that has been stolen just within the last 7 years, if that kind of money is being taken out of any of these countries in the Western nation that we live today, that country will collapse. They will collapse completely. Imagine one person. Okay, the Accountant General before this very one was let go because he was indicted for 12.5 billion. 12.5 billion. That was the predecessor to the very one in the office. Now, this one came into office within the period of how many years? 80 billion. That's what, not to talk about the properties. The property has been able to accumulate here and there, all over everywhere. Property they buy, they don't even spend the night in the property. 80 billion. 80 billion. The kind of money living Nigeria, living that country. If that money lived in the United Kingdom, Canada, UK, United States, in 3 months, there will be a revolution from the people. There will be a revolution from the people. Our silence has turned to mumu. Our silence as a people is what put us where we are today. Our silence as a people. We need to begin to rise up, begin to ask questions. Nigeria cannot continue to remain like this. If not, we are not going to have a nation called Nigeria in the next 10 to 15 years. I pray that doesn't happen in our time, because Nigeria is going down, whether we like it or not. The earlier we stand up to chase these people away from government by every means necessary, but not violent, the better it is for us. We need to all stand up, rise up from every nook and cranny of Nigeria. Let's put our tribe, our setting, put our tribe, our religion, our ethnicity on the side, and let's fight for one common cause in Nigeria that work for every one of us, in Nigeria that we all could be proud of, in Nigeria where you can walk into the hospital and get treatment without paying anything. In Nigeria where the street will be tied, they will be tied, nobody will celebrate you for tying the street. In Nigeria, the police will refuse to take bribe from you because somebody was arrested that needed a bail they needed a bail on OR, which is on your own recognition. That is the Nigeria we pray and we hope to see. And if the EFCC and the ICPC refuse to investigate these people, then the EFCC and ICPC they need to be scrapped from Nigeria system. We do not need them if they are not doing their job. If they are not effective in their job, they should be scrapped. My brother, Dr. Edmond, what is your advice to Nigerians regarding this outrageous form intent and nomination form being collected by the various aspirants of the political parties?
Well, my advice for my fellow Nigerians is to get rid of their I don't care attitude. Because they will say, it's their money. They can use it and buy it from how much you want. But the truth of the matter is, you should care, because that is not their money. And some people do understand, okay, that is not their money. That is our money that is told they used to buy in this form. Yes, if you understand that much, then that's why you should even raise your voice higher and speak up and even protest. We should be protesting in the street by now. That this high, exorbitant amount being charged for nomination or shown of interest forms are so high, and it have disenfranchised the youth. Youth should be on the streets more than they were during the NSAS. There should be youth on the street of every city, major city in Nigeria, protesting vigorously, saying that enough is enough. You cannot be charging this high amount for forms and then tell us to just keep quiet. No, we cannot keep quiet. Youth should be protesting. And it's a sad thing when you see the youth in APC, the youth in PVC coming out on national TV speaking and saying, oh, they make the youth 50%. What the hell is 50%? The 50% is still too high. So forms should be free for political party. If not free, it shouldn't be more than 1 million naira for presidential form. Governor shouldn't be more than 200,000 naira. And House of Reps shouldn't be more than 100. It should be as cheap as possible. Saying that is the way to weed out unserious people from party. That is not the best way. The best way to weed out unserious aspirants from participating is through your screening committee. Every political party have a screening committee. That's where you screen out the unserious one and you have the serious ones. They have screening committees, so they shouldn't give us flimsy excuses. Let some youth not listen to those flimsy excuses and say, oh, let's accept their excuse and let them to continue. No, you cannot allow them to continue in this kind of attitude of impoverishing the nation, because this is a way of impoverishing the nation. Because if they invest this huge amount of money, that is a clear possibility that they're going to loot us dry than we already have been looting. Looting is going to go into like 2.0, triple gear. So youth need to stand up and be protesting right about now. I mean, they should be protesting like yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, it's just like a man that used an antelope to set a trap. In return, that man will be expecting to catch an elephant. That is the situation of Nigeria today. If somebody pays 100 million naira just for a mere intent and nomination form to become the flag bearer of that political party, so that person needs to have billions of naira on the side that he is going to use to run his campaign. At the end of the day, if someone invests so much money to become the president, first of all, he will need to get those money from whatever means back from the coffer the government before any other thing. So to me, the political form, nomination and intent form should be free, completely free. You shouldn't have to pay for it. There's a political party, I don't want to mention political party here. There's a political party that offer it for free. Free, it should be free. It should be free. Because if you read like what Boris said, that the youth should wait till 2023. If he actually meant what he said in 2015, that the youth should wait till 2023, why setting up a kangaroo committee to come up with a 100 million naira intent and nomination form? It should be free so that everybody can contest. At the end of the day, it's left to the screening committee to do their job and come up with the best candidate. It should be about the best candidate, not who has more money to pay or to offer you, or more, a bribe or whatever, to give on the side. It should be about, the people who can do the job, people, who have the integrity, who have the art of, who have the people at heart, who are ready, willing to sacrifice for Nigeria. We need somebody that is ready to sacrifice for Nigeria at this point. There is a political party known as Labour Party. That party belongs to the masses, belongs to the market women, the trader, the union, every members of even the students' union. They used to be a member of this political party. Then I don't know about now. That party should join other political party to wrestle power from this ruling party. They need to do so for the sake of the people, of the oppressed of Nigeria, the oppressed people of Nigeria. They need to wrestle power. Political parties need to form an alliance at this point in time in Nigeria. They need to come together to wrestle power from the ruling party. The ruling party is a terrorist organization. We all already know that. And the opposition party is no better. They are birds of the same feather. Look at the chairman of the ruling party, Look at the chairman of the opposition party. They are the same thing. There's no difference between, but from six and a half a dozen. There's no difference. So the other political parties in Nigeria, they need to step up in their game. They need to form an alliance if they really want to save Nigeria from total collapsing from 2023. They need to wrestle power from them, come together, form an alliance, and take power from this government. The Labour Party that I know of, they are the party for the people, the party for the masses. Everybody is all part of that party. Everybody belongs to that political party. My brother Fidelis, all the presidential candidates invited for questioning by EFCC. Fidelis, can you unmute yourself, please?
You said what, bro? You said what's the question again, please?
All the presidential candidates invited by EFCC and ICPC for questioning.
Have they been
invited? I can't hear you. Something's wrong with your mic, Prince.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my question was, should all the presidential candidates be invited for questioning by ICPC and EFCC?
Not only the presidential candidates, even the political parties that placed price on the form, they too should be invited. Because I don't know how you sit down and just come up with 100 million naira for presidential form. They too should be invited. And let's be realistic. Even if you've been local government chairman for 8 years, then you've been House of Assembly whatever for 8 years, you've done governor for 8 years, you've been minister for 8 years, you still cannot afford 100 million. You still cannot with your salary. How come politicians are so rich in Nigeria, businessmen are so poor? How come? For you to be rich in Nigeria, you have to be a politician. Imagine the money River State governor is sharing around. EFCC, they went to Benue State, stopped the fund of the people in IDP camps. Fund from all this, what do you call it? This
I might have to come here. Let me just use this as your closing statement. Just summarize it in 1 minute.
Okay.
Because of
so
time.
Nigerians should wake up. The EFCC, ICPC, they are not working for you. The federal government, state government, they are not working for you. These people, they are all thieves, they are criminals. And PDP and APC will never give you the desired leadership you need because they are corrupt. If you see their system from bottom to the top, it's corrupt. If you want to be just a councillor, they have anointed candidates. No matter how much you spend, they will still kick you out. Not to talk of governor or president. So we should look inward. All the rest political parties should come together, form a force to rescue power from this bunch of criminals. Nigeria, shine your eye. Wake up from your sleep. Enough is enough. The suffering is too much. The hardship is too much. It's telling on everybody, both home and abroad. Please, let us put an end to this thing by changing, not just changing APC, or we need to push APC and PDP away. Let us start to do a new thing to expect a different result. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Dr. Edmond, you have 1 minute for your closing statement, please.
Thank you, wonderful people of Nigerians and audience listening, and thank you, my brother Prince, for giving this opportunity. The focus of today's program was to show EFCC or ICPC investigate the presidential aspirants. That's a definite yes. They definitely should be investigated. That should be a standardized process or part of the electionary process, that all candidates or all aspirants should be investigated. They should tell us the source of their income, tell us the source of their campaign funding, the source of all these things should be investigated from the get-go. This should be part of the process. And if these are not being done, we the people should always speak up and remind them that this ought to be done. But the problem now is that this organization, ICPC, EFCC, are they really working for the people? Are they really going to investigate, truly investigate to the fullest, to a logical conclusion? We know this agency was set up, ICPC, that is the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, was set up by Obasanjo in 2000. And EFCC, the Economic Financial Crime Commission, also set up by Obasanjo in 2003. Both were set up by his administration. And how many people have they really been persecuted? How many corrupt have been persecuted? Even the two governors, Plateau State and
Summarize in 30 seconds, please.
They were still pardoned by the President Buhari. So where do we stand? Even if they investigate this aspirant, and is their investigation true, really true, and are they going to be persecuted? So we need to keep fighting to make sure that all these agencies are really strong and do what they ought to do by law. Because by law, they're supposed to persecute people. And if they are not doing that, we need to keep raising our voices. Nigerians, wake up and raise your voices and keep fighting the good fight until our land is restored and until we have Nigeria of our dream. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. We have come to the end of today's segment of this show. I want to use this opportunity to call upon the EFCC and ICPC to do the needful, investigate the source of the fund that these presidential candidates are doling out to buy a political intent nomination form. And we're also going to follow up on this promise. We're going to write petition to the EFCC if they fail to do so. That petition will be there if you fail to do your job. The next government will also come back and look at it. Until then, I remain your humble brother, Prince Ewemade Konkon. See you next week, same time, same place. And remain blessed.